Good morning, gardening friends. It's Wednesday, and I missed my Sunday recording. To be fair, I came down with a cold. Had a bit of a virus scare there. It started with Friday, and I got sick, and I was like, uh-oh, could this be? So Saturday I got a test, and yesterday, what, Tuesday morning early, it's now Wednesday, I got the confirmation that I was negative. So that's the good news. The bad news is I kind of missed some gardening stuff, but prior to that, I was working on the garage over here, and there's just a little bit of a peak, but may not look all that great. I haven't really intentionally showed the garage, but it's mostly cleaned out, so I got to do a little finishing on that. We now also have another problem in the house with a toilet that's leaking, so I got to deal with that. But I kind of wanted to do the Sunday update on a Wednesday, and then since I missed actually uploading, I'm going to just accelerate things a little bit and then get myself caught up to where I was before. So here we go. Let's take a look at what's going on around here. Okay, so starting off with our normal sort of pathway that I usually do, we'll come over here to the side, and you see I got a ton of tubs over here, even a couple more over there. I've been emptying stuff out of the garage, like I said, so I got some more tubs available. But we've still got here, this one is the compost bin. This one here is just overflow soil. I think I've got some recycling in this one here because our recycling can is full to capacity. Today is pickup day for the garbage, so in a couple hours that'll get picked up and then I'll be able to dump what's in here. This one is just empty, although I think I'm going to make use of a couple of the steel parts there. I think this one's also empty. Yeah. Two big ones that are empty. I got another lid I got to put on this one, but at some point I'll figure out what to do with all of these. I just want to get them out of the garage, and since we're going to be reworking a lot of this stuff, if nothing else, these big tubs could be used for moving soil around temporarily. If when I get to doing the terracing here, I'm thinking I'm going to end up digging out a bunch of soil. I don't want to throw it in the garbage cans. That would be like anything on the top will get tossed. But I'm thinking if I have to excavate out a bunch of soil to be able to get the first set of the first sort of rectangle, you'll see when I get to it, but just to get the first part in, I'm going to have to do a certain amount of excavation, and I'll be able to put the soil in there, and then as I build up, I'll be able to refill some of the stuff from that. And if nothing else, I've got a space out on the front lawn that could probably be built up with any excess soil that we end up with. So moving over here, we've just got some stuff moved over. The buckets, because I put the tub there and so on. Haven't gotten to the weeding up here yet. That hasn't been a high priority. Coming around here, we've got oranges falling off the tree again. There's even one that landed way in there. And you can see it's getting eaten by something. The geranium cuttings are barely surviving over here, but that is what it is. It's been cold the last few days, not nearly like it is in the Midwest and throughout the rest of the country. I feel really bad for you guys. Seeing pictures of snow in Texas. I mean, I was born in Houston. My hometown is under a blanket of snow. That doesn't happen. So it's a little odd to see. Over here, I pulled out yesterday, I just was looking at it, and I had some bush-type beans, not the climbers, and they were all suffering, so I just pulled them all out. So all that remains in here is this one bean plant with a couple of beans on it, and then the rest of it is nasturtium. And then over here, I guess the celery is suffering in the cold. So that's what that looks like. I mean, I don't know what else to say about that. It's just, I'm not putting anything new in there, so just Not yet. I mean, if I do, I'll put beans, but I may have other planters to put them in, and I may just get rid of these white planters because we're getting to stuff that's looking a little bit better. I've got some other planter boxes I can use, or I can build better looking boxes than what this is. That was just something last year as I was cleaning out the garage, or started that project and getting rid of stuff. It was like, oh, I could use these for planters. So that's what I did. And now it may be time to retire them, break them down, throw them in the recycling, something like that. Moving on. Whoops. Turned a little hard there. Let's get this open. And again, ignore the sounds. That's a house being built next door. Plants up here are suffering a bit. I tried to get them a little water yesterday. There's still some life in them. Down here, basically things are getting watered, but I'm thinking today I'm going to till the soil a little bit, and maybe I'll steal some soil from somewhere else to amend. I don't know. And basically what I'm getting at is I think I'm going to try and plant a few seeds and start getting some things going. But I had to give some water to these yesterday. I did, interestingly enough, see something, I forget what it was, yesterday. I was watching a video, and they were talking about actually leaving some of the flowers on the basil plant. I think it was basically to attract beneficial insects into the garden. So this may become a sacrificial basil plant just to get the good insects to come in. That would be a nice thing to have. Moving along, no real changes around here. We've been concentrated on the garage and just cleaning stuff up and getting stuff out of here. Just years and years of accumulation. We've been here for over 30 years. So that's what this is looking like. Sorry, I can see the sun's really kind of wiping out the shot there. Let me see if I can get a different view. That should be a little clearer. So that's what that's looking like. And I wanted to come around to the side to show you something. There's new mulch on the path. I'm not sure how clear that's going to be. It's actually two different colors. I don't know how well you can see that. Let me come around the other side and tell you why. It turns out that they are in the park nearby. There's a bunch of dead trees, and they are tearing them down and chipping the stumps. And so this is actually stump grinding. So, you know, I just stopped and asked somebody. I said, well, what are you guys going to do with all that? And they said, do you want it? And so again, it's like, you know, sometimes if you just ask. So they said, take as much as you want. And so I grabbed a couple of those small tubs worth. The first tub was one particular type. The second tub was the other. I'm not sure which color I like better. This is kind of an interesting dual color path. But yeah, so I may be doing some work with that. But that's pretty much what it's looking like in the garden. And with that, I'll leave you with the a nicer looking shot. And yeah, what can I say, folks? I keep preaching, stay safe. You know, do what you can to protect yourself. Fortunately for me, it was just a cold or the flu or whatever. I'm mostly over it at this point, so I recovered fairly quickly, although it was just scary getting sick in the midst of a pandemic where so many people are dying. This is horrible, you know. Do what you can to protect yourself and the people around you. And with that, stay safe. Thank you so much for watching, and may your thumb be green.